Hey guys, we're back and we've got another review session video for our Sequential Summer Slam. This time helping me with these reviews is we've got Ric Bülow.
Yay.
Yay. And
You'll never it's been 4 years and you'll never get it right, Ed.
I know, I keep messing it up, man. And down, I'm pointing the right direction again. Bryan SilverBax, the Silverback, right on. Okay, so a lot of indie creators here were given great feedback for the submissions. We had some amazing submissions. This was a 2-page script. Let's see if I can pull it up here. And it's Marvel-esque, as in it's very open-ended. We kind of start with something, end with something, and how the illustrator gets there is relatively up to them. Okay, so our feedback will be making sure that they accomplish the starting and ending, but also that the panel flow, everything else kind of makes any sense to established readers, right? Sound good, guys? You ready to get into this?
Yes, sir.
All right, the first entry, let's see if I can do this here, is
wow, this one's
Michael
new.
Johnson. Yeah, we got some good looking pages here, right? Okay, first, I'll go first. I'll roll on this, and then you guys can tell me what you think. First thing, we got an establishing shot. Then we've got another shot that's showing her, snaking down. I don't know. I feel a little bit of duplication here. I get it. I get why, but I think there's a little bit of redundancy here, right? I would have rather I don't know. I think I would have axed this one. I get it, but I just think it's too much. We've got this panel. And then where do we go from here? We go in, then we come down here, then we come here, and we come here. It gets a little confusing for me. When I'm reading this character, it wants to bring me into here, right? So for me, the panel flow, if I erase all my notes and do it again, if we're looking at this character, does it lead our eye this way? Not bad, but it also leads us this way. So I don't know. I think I would have liked to see maybe this panel axed as well. I'm not a fan of these two panels necessarily. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these extra panels. In the last session, Death was talking about real estate and how we use it. I don't know if this panel of her looking at that door is really needed. Her coming in here, working on, it could have been a different perspective of how even these panels seem a little bit redundant, right? I don't know. My feedback. What do you think? Who's up? We'll do Rick.
Yeah, well, I totally agree with you. The first one you axed completely unnecessary. It takes the tempo away from the reading pace that you kind of want on for a comic when it's not just sit down and talk. This is supposed to be suspenseful, so there has to be some kind of pace, and the panel order and the unnecessary 3 panels that you marked out yourself just takes that pace away and makes it unnecessary slow, in my opinion.
Okay. I think I'm going to add to this now that I think about it. If this panel would have been her as a figure from the camera behind her looking down, like you said, you actually just said the pacing, the mystery, the suspense of it. Yeah. If it would have been like her kind of like looking over the edge and having some suspense about to rappel down, that might add a suspense. I don't know. Brian, what do you think?
Well, there's 2 things to grade here. There's the artwork itself, and then the storytelling. So obviously there's some reference that he used for that building, and it looks good. So there's nothing wrong with that. If the thing that happens in panel 2 is that I can't tell that panel shows her. It's just it's not clear. So to your point, Ed, if you wanted to, you could eliminate that panel and have it just be a wider shot so that we could just get the scope of the building. Yep. Or we could also do the over the top thing to looking down. But this panel it's not working because of how small she is and the fact that it looks the exact same at the same angle, at the same coloring. Nothing has changed. And I think that he knew that or whoever this is, he or she knew that because those windows are more yellow to try to cast a silhouette on that little dangly.
Yeah.
But I would rethink that. And then now let's go over to the big panel here with where they spent a lot of time doing artwork. So they wanted to give you the butt shot. They gave you the butt shot. That foot is kind of like, I don't know how to describe that foot. That's weird looking from what I see.
Totally.
But I think if they had eliminated the panel underneath of this, I don't think that's necessary at all. Like I would just get rid of that altogether and have a really nice Black Widow form coming all the way down the page, and then have 3 shoot-off panels coming off to the right to show us that that's how she got in, and then we don't have to worry about where the eye is taking us, because we would see the whole female figure going all the way down, and then 3 blocks of information. It would be her inside the window, her punching, or her looking at the door. You know, you could redo that. The hair looks weird. So it would be her in the window, her looking at the door, and then her punching the code in. All 3 coming off of that figure, and I think it would work.
Yeah, I could see the other one, as you mentioned, with the where she just came in. That could be a back shot from behind the hole in the window, and then her looking at the door.
Yeah, that could go over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that we also need to bring in a colorist, because the way that window is done is not. It doesn't look like it's on par with the quality of the first 2 panels.
Oh, good eye.
Just that window cutout looks weird. And I think the panel underneath, I can't even tell what the hell she's doing, but it just looks like a panel to show off boobs. I don't.
I was about to say the same. That's a boob picture there.
It doesn't look like it's accomplishing much. And then when you go to the panel underneath, obviously hands are an issue. So, and hands are an issue for a lot of people, but it really, when you look at the female coming down, Black Widow coming down the side, and then you look at those hands, it looks like 2 different artists did those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Next page. We're going on for same artist.
Oh, wow. I like that first panel.
First panel, hard angle. So I love it when artists take that, 3/4 kind of up.
Yeah. Taking a risk.
I get that. Again, actually kind of a somewhat hard angle coming down these stairs, making sure you give the illusion of somebody climbing it. I don't know if they really pulled this off with the inconsistencies in the spacing and the perspective, but I think kudos for trying it. The figure is kind of looking kind of cool. Her coming up behind these guys, I don't know why they're in a separate panel and she's not. We got the booty shot, but other than highlighting this booty, I'm not sure exactly why he did the panel cuts that way. Panel flow is doing okay. I like the action. Action's cool. But the big reveal is kind of disappointing. Like this.
That's 2 different reference images glued together. Like he pulled 2 separate pieces of reference of the Black Widow pose and the female pose, and it just doesn't work with that background that he's got.
Yeah.
And where did she come from? There's no direction or
right. There's no build up for it.
There's no at all.
Black Widow looks like she's crouching in the air here. This one's got her foot planted, somewhere in here, right? Yeah, like
it's as SilverBax pointed out, it's obvious that the artists have used a lot of reference, which is not a problem.
No, but you just glued 2 pieces together that don't really have the same perspective and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in this setup.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to use reference, make sure you also position that reference to work with the page and seeing what you're doing.
Yeah, why does this character seem like she's looking off to the side? I don't know who this character is, but it's such a passive reveal.
Yeah.
Anyways, we all kind of, I think the same thing is like some of the action looks okay.
Let me add a little bit if I can.
Yep.
Like for panel 2, I think a way to help alleviate that is to push in closer. Just zoom in closer, and then you eliminate a lot of anatomy issues, a lot of perspective issues. Like you could do that. And I think with this booty shot, if you pair this up with page 1, it's going to be the booties in the same exact place on both pages.
Pretty
So
much.
it's going to be, it might look weird to anyone who's like opening the book and like he like 2 booty shots. That's almost mirroring. I think that side by side, it could be noticeable.
Yep, I agree.
See, what I wanted to do maybe is the second panel there, also a back shot. I know we've done a lot of those already, but that's just a better way to make the stairs look real if you look from them from down and up instead of up and down like it's done there. And then he or she, the judge, could have had the guards at the top.
Yeah.
The guards that comes out of nowhere on panel 3 there, and that could have helped with some story building as well, as to show where the guards are. Like I didn't even notice the third guard there with her hair.
Yeah.
I just saw him now. There's 3 guards.
Yeah.
There needs to be a colorist would help.
A colorist would help, but the fundamentals, some of the panels and stuff really need to be rethought.
I give it a C.
I don't give it grades that way. For me, it's more a matter of like, just, hey, here's some suggestions for feedback. Take them if you want.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I wasn't trying. Yeah, I don't want anyone to walk away, but I think it's I think there's hope is what I'm saying.
Oh, there's definitely potential here. Absolutely.
Totally. I get that. Yep. Okay. Going on to the next one. Danny Flores.
Oh yeah. My man. Cool
pencils. Brian, do you want to talk about it first?
I'm still trying to read it. Like,
are you sure you have the pages? No, this is page 2.
Oh, this is page 2. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was looking for the establishing shot.
Yeah. No, you're right. My bad. Right. I even labeled them right. They flew into this in the wrong order. So
I like everything about this.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's nothing. The artwork is tight. The storytelling is tight. There's no confusion. And just so that everyone's aware, like maybe this person's strong suit isn't inking or coloring, so they chose not to do it.
Yep.
Whereas some people may have tried to color and ink their stuff to make themselves stand out, and they really didn't do themselves any favors.
Yep.
Nah, Danny here totally relied on his strong suits here. I mean, the only slight issue I might have is the way she grabs that guard hand down after the sniper shot. Where did that come from? Like, there's a little there. It could be done maybe a little different. So we had a little shot at the guard overall. With Black Widow.
The transition from the shot all the way now automatically near the guards is a little fast, and maybe showing more of pulling the glove off or something like that. Also, this gets lost a little bit. Like, there's an observation, and then
is that her like on a ski-doo or something?
Yeah. And then the 2 headshots, and then so there's a lot of movement here.
If we took the ski-doo panel and put it underneath of the blood spat
here.
I think everything would benefit from that move right there.
Yeah, I agree. Going on to page 2, getting undressed, which is completely sexy.
Yeah, and not a gratuitous ass shot.
And it's not gratuitous.
Yeah, like Silver. Like I think in one of the other with your SilverBax there was a scene where she suddenly didn't have her overcoat on from one panel to another. I think you were the one describing that.
I believe you hit my
Yeah.
So I really like that Danny here made sure that it was seen.
Yep.
That she did the change.
Man, this one is a banger. The only thing that I don't think it did was show us a nemesis.
Yeah, my thought exactly. No nemesis.
And that was my problem with it, is the reveal is no reveal.
Well, obviously it's like naked people in a tube with science experiment.
Yeah.
So
the flow here and then down, snagging that character, dragging them off, using the punch pass, moving through the shock, and then into what could be a reveal.
Yeah.
If this panel was redone to show what was in the script, right? That there was a nemesis reveal, this page definitely would have bumped way up on my rankings.
It would. This one would have made my top 5 choices, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I love Danny's flow here. Love the pencils. I don't care if it's colored or inked or not. You know, it just that last. There's very simple things in this script: establishing shot. Sorry, my hand. Establishing shot and reveal. And if you can't hit those 2 points, if I'm the editor and I'm saying, hey, I want at least these 2 points, you can do whatever the fuck you want in between. And if you can't hit those 2 points, you've missed the mark.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree there.
Next one is Emma Newell.
Yeah, well, a long-time member of Outlaw Comics as well.
Yeah, I like seeing this. Rick, what do you think?
Well, panel flow is simple. It's basic and easy to follow.
Yep.
What may confuse a little is the art in them. I could easily have seen the second panel have been mirrored. So he would look towards the other panel, like help direct the eye instead of looking away from the panel that you're supposed to be going to next. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's basic panel flow and understanding of using the characters and environment in the panels to help you direct. We've talked about this many times, and also in one of your many great videos.
Yeah,
and that's the first thing I see. It's a basic good understanding of the panels. I can see he understands the basics of it.
Yep.
It seemed to be a little canted for no reason, though.
A little what?
Canted, like the panels aren't square.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out exactly why some of them are slightly angled down.
Oh wait, I didn't even see it that someone yelled down below. That kind of comes from out of nowhere there.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's a hit. Oh, maybe this guard is now.
Yeah, that's the second guard.
Didn't leave or something. I don't. It gets a little confusing here. I will say what I like is little attention to like the 3D exclamation marks. I think it's cute, like this little outline shadowing of movement. You know, there's some really cute things going on. I actually really like how he did the trees here, or how she did. This is Emma Newell, right? Boy or girl, I'm not sure. How they did the tree. You know, there's some really funky stuff going on here. But it gets confusing a little bit. I think these pages would have to be, or this page would have to be rethought a little bit, right?
Yeah, as I said, there's a basic good understanding of all of the creation of comic, but it could be delivered a bit better.
Yeah. Brian, what do you think of page number 2? Anything?
It's weird how the artwork style almost changed in the way the Black Widow's given to us.
Yeah. Look at the consistency here to here to here.
Well, and with the first page, like that profile that we had on the first page was a very deliberate, like anime manga looking face. And then we go over to page 2 and it's they wanted to use reference, which is good for them. That's obviously reference, but they didn't do it in their style.
Yeah. Yeah, right. The stylistic variation was too much here, I think.
And it's weird how her silhouette almost looks like smoke coming out of his head on the 4th panel.
Yeah, this choice here is a little off, I think. Yeah. I kind of like some of the panel choices now that I'm looking at it. It almost looks like, you know, we're being brought into, I think he could have played with that a little bit. But then you've got all this extra space here for no reason. Like some of it is so
word balloons, man.
What's that?
Word balloons. That's where it's going to say. That's where she's going to give us the mission details of why Nick Fury put her on this mission and how much she hates working for Nick Fury.
Damn. Now I got to write something. I like the reveal.
I do like the reveal. I think it needs to be bigger.
Bigger. That's what I was going to say. And the fist right in the face, it almost, I don't know. It makes it look like this fist is, he just makes everything makes Taskmaster look tiny here, right?
Yeah.
But the fist and the arm does help with the panel movement.
Oh, sure.
So if it
brings us here.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think we need to lose about half the panels. About half the panels on this page need to go.
Yeah, if just this section or even this section was enlarged to about this big or something.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be the big reveal after all. There's nothing big about this right here.
Yeah, we got the itty bitty reveal. Yeah. Let's see this next one. This is Goldwyn
Ribeau.
Ribeau.
He's from France. He's also he's been in all of the Summer Slams.
Right on. So we got 2 pages here, just double checking them.
I love that underwater.
Yeah, so do I. There's an establishing shot, right? Like that looks pretty damn cool. And then the entry, it uses kind of the same landscaping and brings the character into it. And we can see, I like this too. This, this taking off the suit and walking in, still looking wet, environmental factors, avoiding people. Like this is exactly, I said in the script, use stealth, use whatever means, and they're using it here.
Yeah.
Any problems with this page?
No. I not at all. Like the one thing I love the most is how he used, as you said, that rock to help.
I would have brought the rock on top of the gutter.
Yeah, I don't know if this gutter here could be gone. I don't know why it's there. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I also don't know if I like her eye position moving us back this way a little bit. But it's not a big thing. It's just, I like directing panels with lines, eyes, hands, whatever. And this one kind of brings me back, makes me think I need to look at her again. Right.
Well, you're not doing yourself any, I mean, you can look back and do yourself a favor and look at that great position.
Right. I didn't mind it. Actually, I did. I looked back again. I was like, oh, damn, that's a good panel. Yeah. Page number 2.
This looks like it was done by somebody completely different.
Totally. Oh, no, where are we going here? Yeah, like this is almost an animation.
I mean, this looks like I'm looking at Kim Possible.
Slightly like a well done Kim Possible.
Yeah. Like
the movie feature, right? Like they paid extra.
You turn the page and it looks like a completely different style.
Yeah, look at the inking style on this. Well, here's the Kim Possible look, but then we've got these heavy inks here on a woman's face. That's interesting. The reveal, I kind of wish there was a little bit of booty here, but that's just a personal preference, right? The reveal is good. I don't know. I'm okay with it.
It's a simple and basic and long time used comic book reveal used right there in the good way.
Yep.
We could have gotten rid of the close-ups.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
This and move this panel over here, and maybe even move the close-ups over or something if we really wanted to keep them or something like that. I don't know. I for some reason think this should have been in this section here.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe the last panel of Viper be removed, and then the big one there be the main reveal, and then keep the eyes panel.
Maybe.
Just as an extra thing.
Maybe.
Like she just entered the room after all, Black Widow. So
I like the last panel being the reveal.
Yeah.
It's a page turn. It makes us want to say, okay, damn, I just saw Madam Hydra or whoever the fuck, right? Like it makes me want to go into the next issue.
It's Madam Hydra, not Viper. I always get those confused because they both have green hair and
So I don't know. The consistency in the inking, especially up here, this one throws me that face, right?
Yeah, it feels a little rushed, the last page.
But overall, we're in love with this first page, right?
Yeah. I that is pretty Bombay right there.
Yeah. Okay. Last one is Jesse Switters. He was late, but I think he still deserves some special mention. He's always putting out good stuff, and I really want to talk about this page.
He is one of our regulars that.
Yeah, for sure. So, Brian, you want to go first on this one?
Let's the establishing shot. There's plenty of environment. I think the deer feel out of place on the first panel, but overall, that's solid, man. Yeah. I really dig it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's keeping the deer in the third panel as well, so there might be some story there, as if they don't care about it, but it's unnecessary. You're right.
I'm just saying, there's no human being that gets that close to a deer that doesn't have a rifle in their hand without them jumping away.
Yeah.
I don't care how stealthy you are. Black Widow isn't sneaking up on a deer.
Yeah. Well,
So
I will correct you on this. In my town, deer will walk within a foot of you or whatever. They don't give a fuck. Like,
that's because that's Canada. They know Canadians won't hurt them.
We're friendly up in here.
They can smell the American Russian blood coursing through her veins, so they should be darting off somewhere.
They should be running before she even saw them.
Yeah, I think they should have been down the hill, actually. If they're just a little bit too close. If they were way down the hill as just way background and then she's running past them.
For me, just the deer being in the two panels that they are kind of feels like a flex. Like, look, I can draw other stuff.
Yeah.
And it might just be unnecessary because the way that she's coming down the hill there in panel 3 kind of looks wonky. And you're just showcasing it by having this weird, like I'm staying on the panel visually longer than I should because of the deers hurt my eyes. And that brings attention to the wonky running position.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whereas you could have just done a silhouette of her running, like a straight black silhouette of her running against the skyline, and we would have gotten the same information, and you wouldn't have had to showcase wonky.
True. Why are we showcasing this? Right. For me, the panel flow. Her eyes bring us to the buildings bring us to the figure, the eyes bring us to here, her look down brings us here, this brings us to this panel, and he brings us to the next page.
That is very good. One thing I've noticed is look at the fence on the first panel, and then look at the fence that she's jumping over. I know that it's meant to be like really far apart, but I do not feel it's the same kind of fence at all.
It's tough because it looks like she's jumping over this section, which could be this section right here. It's a maybe, right? Like, yeah.
It just looks like it's a way stronger frame on the fences on the top.
I think if there would have been some little detailing on top of this fence with the barbed wire.
That's just nitpicking because I like nitpicking on Jesse.
Okay, moving on to page number 2, the action. Rick, what do you think?
I love it. We spoke of pace before, and this has the pace of action. And the big reveal is perfect. Jesse makes sure that there's a little build up in the last panels before the big reveal, and he makes sure that the big reveal is all about what it should be about, the nemesis.
Yeah.
And it's that oh shit moment that we want in the script with the big reveal. So I like it. I like the flow. I'm a little confused with the door that he breaks in. That looks like a little off with the whole flow and perspective. How would the door come out that way?
I think she Superman that shit, which kind of throws me a little bit, right? But I actually like the door. I just might have angled it more this way.
Yeah. I would have positioned it different for sure.
Position it down. And the reason I say that is because we've got flow coming in here, and then the door brings us down to here. The action brings us here. Figure brings us down to here. We're brought exactly there. I like how Jesse has taken time to really plot out where the eye is being moved, and so
you can tell he's learning from
my course. I think he's definitely a strategist. He's definitely put strategy into his panels.
I know he's a follower of your courses, and it can be seen here.
Yeah, he's been doing tons of practice. Like, just I see him every day putting up artwork and stuff. Yeah. Brian, what do you think? Any thoughts on this?
I like it, and I think this is a good use of non-square panel design.
Totally.
To try to you're mimicking the shaky cam in a movie, and you can do that by throwing the squareness off, and that's what's done. I think her leg is a little long in that Superman panel.
Yeah. He's trying to warp things here, I think.
No. The leg is
at the door.
Oh, the Superman
door.
Yeah, her leg there.
Yeah, that's a little it's abnormally long for me. This the one where she's kicking is supposed to be dynamic perspective, and I get it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fully executed properly, but it falls into the acceptable range. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to pick at it. I'm just going to be like, okay.
Yeah, if he would have thrown the heel on here or something like that, that would have been enough.
Yeah, but then you run into the thing that you guys brought up the other day. It was cutting limbs off.
Right. Yeah.
And tangents as well.
Yeah, but you know, like you can cut at certain places, like cutting the shield here, cutting at the ankle here. Not the worst thing. Maybe, he could have moved this doorway in closer or something, right? Like brought it down like that.
No, but overall, I think the quality is there. I think if I look at the design in the eyes, the way that he did the eyes in the first page, and the way that we do the eyes in the second page, it doesn't feel the same. And it's a little off, but not nearly jarring enough to but it looks different.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, I also think it's positioning of the camera that makes the eyes look different, more so than maybe his mistake.
No, mistake. I'm not calling it a mistake. I'm just saying it's something that I noticed. And who knows, man? With the right colorist and inker, this shit could be like in a comic book tomorrow.
I really like a lot of this stuff. Sorry, just a weird anatomy point. His outer thigh here is really out. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
seemed kind of ballooned for me. Not a huge thing, but just usually it would be something more like.
I also like how he in the second merged the first panel background merged that to run along with the last panel.
You mean here that brings it all down? Oh yeah. His background, how he brought it all in and stuff.
I like that as well.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the rest of the entries, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Ric Bülow and Bryan SilverBax and me, Ed Foychuk. This was awesome and some amazing entries. And the point of this is not necessarily for winning these types of contests. You know, like I put up some prizes and everything, but the main thing is getting solid feedback from a lot of experienced creators. So
getting stuff finished. Finished is a big point.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, thanks for joining us and look forward to the next contest. See you guys.